Hey guys, it's Sarah. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me. It's just going to be one of my usual chill, chatty get ready with me's. I'm in a different location. So funny story, I actually filmed this video yesterday out on my deck. I was inspired by Emily Noel to film outside because she recently did a get ready with me like out in her backyard, and I thought it was just so nice and beautiful and soothing, and I wanted to do the same. But when I did it, there was so much ridiculous background noise that it just wasn't even, like, the footage was not even salvageable. Mainly because the like AC units down there turn on and off a lot, because there's one for my apartment and there's one for the neighbors downstairs, and I turned my AC off, but theirs just kept coming on and it was so loud. It was like a loud motor in the background. So unfortunately I had to scrap that footage. But I mentioned that on my Instagram stories that I did that and had to scrap the footage and everything. And one of my viewers named Sabrina told me that I should try to film in front of a window because it'll kind of give a similar effect. And so that's what we're doing today. So you're still getting like the nice scenery of my back deck, but without all the obnoxious background noise. So take two. I did ask you guys if you had any questions or topics you wanted me to cover in this video, so I'm going to try to get to as many of those as possible. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Normally with my get ready with me's, I probably won't talk specifically about every single product that I use, but everything will be linked down below. So if you're curious about what I'm using, just check there. But let's go ahead and start on some of these preguntas. So, okay, well, I just said I wasn't really going to talk about the products, but I am going to tell you what I'm doing with my base. I'm trying to experiment a little bit more with this Flower Light Illusion foundation because it hasn't been my favorite. I don't always love the way it sits on my skin. I feel like it can kind of just cling to any kind of texture and emphasize it. So I'm playing around with it some more. And I've been mixing it with my Covergirl Vitalist Go Glow primer. And I feel like that combo looks way better than this just on its own. So that's what I'm doing with my base today. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a multi-part question from Lily. She asked, out of curiosity, what is your career outside of YouTube? Do your colleagues know about your channel, and if so, what is the reaction? What inspired you to start creating content on YouTube? Is YouTube something you would like to work towards pursuing full-time? How do your friends, family, and boyfriend feel about you being on YouTube? And finally, please introduce us to all of your cats. I saw your kitten in your palette bingo and was smitten. Okay, so the first part of the question, I definitely do try to keep my work life pretty separate from my YouTube channel just for like privacy reasons. Oh, what am I doing? I'm already putting this on. Okay, I meant to mix these together and I'm like already putting it on. That's fine. I can tell you, I've touched on it a little bit here and there, but I do work for a nonprofit organization that focuses on nutrition and public health. So what I do is sort of like volunteer management kind of stuff. Yeah, so that it's hard to explain my job without going into a lot of detail, but hopefully that answers your question. And I've been at that job for over 3 years now, which is insane. I started this job immediately after I graduated college, and I guess I like it. I guess it's working out for me because I haven't really wanted to leave. I really like my coworkers. We're a very small team of women, and it's just a really good, supportive work environment. I do work from home, and that part can be kind of tricky. Working from home is still like a daily struggle for me. There are a lot of times that I wish that I worked in an office and actually got to like see people and work with people face to face every day, or at least like some days a week, but our team is so small and we're all remote. We all live all over the country, so that's definitely not possible for my job. You know, there are some times that I kind of wish I had that, but at the end of the day, like, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. Do your colleagues know about your channel? And if so, what is the reaction? They do know about it and they're very supportive of it. I'm very backlit right now, so I'm not even sure how well you can really see my makeup, but it's looking very dewy, and I'm in like such a dewy mood right now. I always am, but lately it's like I only want like the glass skin look. I'm not about like the matte satin skin. I want dewy. So that's what we got going on there. Because the thing is, it's becoming summer here. It's becoming summer. It's getting really hot here, and so I'm sweating anyway. And I feel like if I'm gonna be sweating, I'd rather my makeup already look a little bit sweaty. I know that sounds gross, but like it looks more natural when my makeup starts wearing off if my makeup was already nice and glowy, you know. What inspired you to start creating content on YouTube? So I kind of credit other YouTubers. I've been watching YouTube since probably like 2011, 2012. And I really credit like Emily Noel and Jessica Braun for inspiring me to start my own channel, because they're the YouTubers I've been watching the longest, and both of them just inspire me so much. I love them. I wish I could meet them someday and like be best friends with them in real life, because I feel like they're my best friends in my head even though they don't know me. And yeah, I love talking about makeup, and I actually started out blogging. I started a blog in like 2014. Was it 2014? 2014 or 2015. And that was fun, but I think what I really wanted to do all along was start a YouTube channel. So eventually I did, and I haven't really looked back. Like I deleted my blog because I feel like YouTube is just an easier medium for this kind of content, at least for me, and the kind of content that I want to make. So that is kind of the long story short there. Is YouTube something you would like to work towards pursuing full time? Yes. It is my like ultimate dream to just be able to work for myself and work on my own terms, and that's the goal. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but that would just be a dream come true for me. So like, why not pursue it if it's a dream come true, you know? So that's, yeah, definitely would love to do YouTube full time. I could see myself continuing to have a full-time job, doing YouTube on the side, and then as YouTube starts to bring in a little more income, maybe moving to part-time or doing something else on the side until YouTube becomes fully sustainable. How do your family, friends, and boyfriend feel about you being on YouTube? Again, they're all super supportive of it. Yeah, I would say like my parents, they're supportive. My mom sometimes watches my videos. I don't think they really quite understand it, but they are supportive of it regardless. And I have an aunt, my Aunt Jenny, who she's probably watching this video because I know she watches my videos. She and her cats watch my videos, and she is so sweet. She's been so supportive of me with my blog and then my channel. Like, I just love her. I wish I lived closer to her. And yeah, my boyfriend is super supportive too. He loves, I mean, he watches a lot of YouTube himself, so he gets it, and he totally like wants to see my channel succeed, which is, I mean, I wouldn't be with him if he wasn't supportive. So next time I do a vlog, I will definitely include lots of cat footage because I've gotten so many requests to do videos involving my cats. But I will say, if you're wanting more cat content, definitely make sure you're following me on Instagram because I do post them on my stories like almost every day. So if you have Instagram, definitely make sure you're following me on there, because if not, you're missing out on some cat content. Shirley asked, are you going to introduce your boyfriend on your channel? What are your thoughts on having kids? Love your channel and makeup collection. Thank you, Shirley. So I don't know. I would like to introduce my boyfriend, but at the same time, I have to think about it some more because it is one of those areas of my life that I do kind of want to keep private. I'm not sure. I guess probably not anytime soon, but maybe someday. I just have to think about it because, like I said, I kind of want to keep it private for now. What are your thoughts on having kids? I think I do want kids. I've always been kind of like undecided, but I've never really been like, no, I'm definitely not having kids. But if I do, it'll be a while from now. Like I'm 25 now, and I think I would like to wait until I'm at least 30 and definitely married, which I'm not currently, so it'll be a while for sure. And I'm still not 100% positive that I do want kids. So this is the Clove and Hallow Hydratint in Blossom. They recently sent this over along with a few other products, and I am loving this. Think like flower blush bombs, kind of. This is like the shade of flower blush bomb that I've been wanting. The one I have is like a very warm peach. This is like the kind of blush shade that I've been so into lately. It's just like a very neutral baby pink. This is the kind of color that I feel like looks the most natural on my skin tone, and it's very light, so it's perfect for my super fair skin, but they have some deeper shades as well. I love how it looks like a nail polish, so you're like, it looks like I'm putting nail polish on my face right now, but it's kind of like a gel liquid blush. And I think what I've learned is I think liquid blushes are my favorite formula compared to like cream blush. I feel like they just blend out more quickly. And oh my gosh, I cannot stop wearing this blush. It is so pretty. I've been eyeing this. I think I've seen Rianne. Her channel is Rianne HY. I love her. I've seen her use this a lot, and ever since I saw her use it, I've wanted it, which pretty much goes for anything I see her use and recommend, because she just makes me want like all the nice bougie products. But yeah, so I was so excited when they reached out to me and asked to send me some stuff, and I was like, I really like those Hydratint blushes that you guys have. Hint, hint, in case you wanted to send me one of those. And I mean, they maybe were gonna send this anyway, but I love it. They also sent their Hydraglow, which is a liquid, well, they call it a luminizing serum, and I have the shade Galaxy. This one, it's kind of separated in the bottle, so I definitely have to shake it up, but I am really liking this too. It gives a very kind of like wet look to the cheeks, which, as you know, I'm all about right now. Steve asked, for those of us still adjusting to this, what are your top tips on how to work from home, how to prevent procrastination and keep yourself motivated at work, balancing work and leisure, making a workspace at home, etc. So I actually did a like quarantine work from home with me vlog back when the quarantine started in March. So I will link that below. I shared quite a few tips in that video. So if you haven't seen that yet, I think that might be helpful. Like I said, I'm no pro at working from home. It is a daily struggle. Isn't that so pretty? Wow. I don't even think I want to set my face today with powder, just because I'm loving this like glass skin kind of look. Okay, Amy Jo asked, I want to start a panning channel, but I'm overwhelmed with filming / editing and talking to a camera. I've done a few practice videos, but how do you get comfortable filming? Any tips for editing? What program do you use, etc.? I love your channel. Thank you. I know it's not like the easy answer, but the only way to get better at talking to a camera is to keep doing it over and over and over again. I think they say by like your 100th video is when you finally start to feel a little more comfortable with it. I feel like it took me even longer than 100 videos. So really the only way to get better is just to keep doing it. Like, and don't just film practice videos and throw them away. Like, I totally did the same thing. Like, I filmed a couple practice videos before I started uploading, but actually start uploading videos because you just have to go for it. Like, you have to stop being a perfectionist and just put it out there, even if you know it's not like as good as it will be one day. The only way you're gonna get better is to just keep doing it and keep uploading videos, and eventually you will start to feel more comfortable with it. So stop being a perfectionist. I totally get it, but I really think the perfectionism is so dangerous and you just have to let it go. Any tips for editing? What program do you use, etc.? So I use Final Cut Pro now, but only in the last few months have I started using that. Before that, I used iMovie for a long time. So there's a lot you can do with iMovie. There's even a lot of big YouTubers that still use iMovie. So if you have a Mac, that's just the free program on there. If you have a Windows computer or some other type of computer, most of them have some kind of free editing program, like I think Windows Movie Maker is another one. So there's a lot you can do with those free programs. And there's even a lot of YouTube videos like tips and tricks for iMovie that like a lot of people don't know about. So if you search that on YouTube, you can find a lot of really cool tips. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, even with just iMovie or, you know, Windows Movie Maker, whatever program you're using. But again, with editing, it's just one of those things you have to practice. It's probably gonna take forever the first few times, but once you start getting into a groove and like learning all the little keyboard shortcuts, which that's another helpful tip, is to look up keyboard shortcuts for your editing program. Like, there's certain things like Command B is like a really easy way to like cut clips. I don't know all the terminology, but there's little keyboard shortcuts that can make your editing a lot quicker, so look those up too. What are your thoughts on drama channels? Do you think they're good to call people out or just hateful? I think drama channels can be hateful. It kind of depends on the channel, but I do think they can be helpful. For example, I really like hearing Smoky Glow's commentary. I think her name is Hannah. She touches on topics that are very buzzed about in the drama community, but she's more giving her commentary rather than just doing it to gossip and talk drama, you know? So channels like that I think can be really helpful. I don't necessarily keep up with those channels or like drama channels very much unless it's about maybe a brand or a brand owner that I was supporting and maybe I want to know. For example, I watched some videos from a channel called Skeleton. I've never watched him before, but he did some videos commenting on some things that have been going on with ABH and some shady stuff that's been happening. And I found that really helpful because he was really just sharing the information and giving his commentary. It's not like he was being catty about it or anything. And, you know, it's information that I want to be aware of if it's a brand that I'm showing on my channel, you know? So in that respect, I think quote-unquote drama channels can be helpful. But there are certainly some, I don't really keep up a ton with drama channels unless it's a topic that I'm curious about. With that, I want to move over to another question. Thoughts on cancel culture? Do you think we should give some brands a chance to change? Another question was, there have been a lot of things being said about ABH, and I'm curious if you will further support. So I feel like all these kind of go together. So starting with thoughts on cancel culture, do you think we should give some brands a chance to change? I definitely think cancel culture can get out of hand at times. I think sometimes it can turn into like a competition to see like who can find the really juicy information or who can dig up like really old tweets that somebody posted in like 2013. So I think it can get really crazy really quickly. But at the same time, brands need to be called out for bad behavior and for, you know, mistreating employees or mistreating influencers or things like racism, sexism. So there are certain brands that you see me, or that you never see me talk about on my channel. You know the ones. So, you know, I just kind of stay away from those because I'd rather support brands that I feel are just more worthy of my support. Now that being said, there can be all kinds of things that you don't even know that go on behind the scenes with brands that come out, you know, after you've been supporting a brand for years and had no idea. The second part of that question, do you think we should give some brands a chance to change? And I think absolutely. Isn't the whole point of calling out brands for actions we don't agree with, isn't the whole point to ask them to change? So, I mean, for example, this is kind of a different type of example, but with CoverGirl used to not be cruelty-free, and I didn't support them for years because they weren't cruelty-free. In 2018, they basically became cruelty-free. They stopped selling in China, they became Leaping Bunny certified. I immediately started supporting them because I wanted to show them that that was a good change, that change means something to consumers. And, you know, I could have been like, well, you know, they weren't cruelty-free in the past, so I don't trust them anymore and I don't want to support them anymore. What would really be the point of that? You know, like, to me, I would rather show brands that positive change can be profitable. If they've just opened themselves up to a huge market of cruelty-free consumers, I want to show, like, I want to be a part of showing them that, you know, that's a good thing that I want them to keep doing. So it's kind of an oversimplification, but you know what I mean. So I absolutely think that we should give brands a chance to change and improve and grow. And I mean, same goes for influencers and brand owners. Like, sure, call them out when what they're doing is unethical or wrong, but be willing to let them also change and like grow from that situation. So that's where I think cancel culture can get kind of unfair, is when people aren't even given the chance. The question about ABH, whether I'm going to continue supporting them, it's kind of up in the air right now. I have to say, I haven't really been that interested in ABH. My interest in their products has kind of been tapering off over the last year or so, and now I'm kind of just waiting to see if other information comes out. Yeah, I'm kind of just on the fence right now, but yeah, I'm not gonna like throw out all my palettes or anything. Like I'll probably still use them on my channel unless something happens where I'm like, I don't even want to like say the name Anastasia on my channel anymore. Then maybe I would give them away or something, but I guess I'm kind of just trying to figure out where I stand, and I'll link the videos that I mentioned from Skeleton where he was explaining the whole situation. There may be even more information out now. I need to look into it some more, but yeah, ABH is kind of on hold for me right now. Like I'm probably not going to be purchasing from them anytime soon, but we'll see. I don't really know how I feel right now. Oh, best bronzer brushes. Well, the one I just used was the Eco Tools Blending and Bronzing Brush. It's like a duo fiber domed brush. I really like this brush. I think it would also be really good for cream bronzer. I normally use it for powder, but I think it would be great for either one. So I really like that, and I also sometimes use the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, which is kind of a sort of like a blush brush shaped brush. It's very tapered. Yeah, those are a few of my go-tos. Anne asked, will you film annual sunscreen videos? I absolutely love the ones you've created so far. Thank you. I love filming those videos. So I did my first one last summer, and then I just did like a part 2 a few weeks ago, or maybe even just like a week and a half ago, I don't know, where I review and compare a bunch of different face sunscreens. And I have had so much fun doing those. I definitely would like to continue doing them annually. It's a big undertaking. Like I have to do a lot of research, and I have to purchase a bunch of sunscreens, and it's a lot of work, so I don't think I could do it more than once a year, but I think like every year at the start of the summer would be a good time to do it. And I feel like enough new sunscreens would have come out by then that would make sense. So I definitely would like to continue doing them every year. So hopefully there will be another one in a year. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a purple halo eye today. Cruelty-free makeup that's made in China. I don't get the logic, so I'd be thankful for some clarifications. What makes a brand not cruelty-free? Well, one thing that makes a brand not cruelty-free is selling in China. But a brand can manufacture in China but not actually sell there. That is how a brand can remain cruelty-free even if they do manufacture in China. Now, whether or not you want to purchase from brands that are made in China is up to you, and I guess that's a separate issue entirely, but that's not related to animal testing. Would you ever foster any pets? I would love to. I've thought about it. In fact, if we hadn't just gotten a new kitten, I probably would want to start fostering, but at the moment I won't be, just because I'm not allowed to have more than 3 pets at a time. I don't have the space for it right now, but I would love to foster kittens one day. Or adult cats too, that would also be fine. Kitties, how did they get along? How is it with 2 now? So there's 3 now. I'm not sure if that was a typo or, but yeah, there's 3 cats now. Heidi and Tala get along great. They're like besties. They groom each other, they play together, they're always near each other. It's so cute. I love them so much. Elaine is still separated from them. She has my, the room where I film, like my office kind of room, is hers. We have it all set up for her, and the reason why we're still keeping her separate is just because the vet suggested that we keep them separate for a while. She had worms, and I want to make sure, they dewormed her, but sometimes it takes a few treatments to get the worms completely gone. So I don't want the other cats to get worms, even though they I don't know, they get a preventative every month, but I'm still paranoid. And also Elaine is too young to be tested for FIV and feline leukemia. I don't think she has either one, but I think we have to wait till she's 12 weeks to have her tested for those, and she's only like 7.5 weeks right now. So I just would hate for her to pass something on to the other cats. And the vet also recommended that we keep them separate. So that's why they're still separate. Occasionally she slips out of that room because she's so tiny, it's very hard to keep her from not slipping out of there. So they've seen each other, they know each other's scents and everything, but we do try our best to keep them separate. These questions, I love how varied these questions are. How has your family responded to Black Lives Matter? Have you had to have any hard talks with them? Thankfully, my family is on the same page as I am about this stuff, so I can be very thankful for that. We have had conversations, but they've been very productive ones, so thank goodness. That same person asked, is your partner vegan? If not, how do you navigate that with him? So he actually is vegan. We both have been vegan for a few years now. So luckily that hasn't been an issue. Not that it would be. Like I've dated non-vegans before and it's been fine. Like I'm a pretty chill vegan. I should specify in case you're wondering. When I say I'm vegan, I mean I eat a vegan diet. I'm cruelty free with my makeup and beauty products and everything, but I don't exclusively buy vegan makeup. I just haven't made that switch. I don't know if I will. I've explained my reasoning before, but that might confuse some people, so I just wanted to clarify in case you're wondering. Do you and your boyfriend live together? We don't. He still has his own place. But we do spend a lot of time together, like, especially with, you know, the quarantine. We basically, it's sort of like we lived together, but we haven't even been dating for a whole year, so we're not quite there yet. I'm in such a good mood today. Yesterday I really wasn't in a good mood, but today is a new day. Thinking I might film a bathroom declutter soon. In fact, I might even film it today, because my bathroom products have been just overflowing, and there's some things that I think I would like to get rid of that I just don't like or that I don't need. So we might do that today too. It's Saturday and I'm just so happy it's Saturday. You ever have that feeling? I kind of want to do like a hot pink lipstick. Let's try it. This is the e.l.f. Flirty and Fabulous. By the way, I'm loving this eye look. I used some of my eyeshadow roulette colors. In the center of my lid I have ColourPop Earthshine. That's in my roulette. In my crease I used Howlin. That's not in my roulette, but it was a good crease color for this look. And then I used the Bili Beauty Rani shade in my outer and inner corners. So those are, I think that's pretty much all I have on my eyes right now. And then on my lower lash line, I used 143 from ColourPop and then a little bit more of Earthshine. So hopefully you can see that. I know the lighting is probably not quite what it normally is today, but so I'm gonna try this really pretty pink lipstick. We'll see if it goes with this. Okay, so I think we will go ahead and end this video there. I'm sure this video is quite long, so it's probably time to sign off, even though I feel like I can keep talking forever. Like, I'm just in a very talkative mood today. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, all the products I used will be linked down below if I didn't specifically mention everything. If you enjoyed this, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know you liked it. I try to do these videos every month about, so definitely subscribe if you've not already. I'd love to see you again soon, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.